There are 9 skulls here. That's a short period of life in the Skiti. One can see that in this cupboard they have put a blue glaze on 2 sides, which symbolizes eternity. These holy men did well and lived as they must. Now they are close to the throne of God.
Only one day brightens the sober winter season. It is the feast day of St. Andreas, the patron saint of the Skiti. The celebration is organized for the religious authorities of Mount Athos, as well as other monks who come to honor the saint. For this occasion, the church, which was built in 1900, must display all its splendor.
Φοβηθήσαν κουριάδολο του κύκλου συνεπιθεμένων με ανάσα Κύριε σώσον μου Θεός μου της επάταξης πάντως εχθροντάς Ματέος.
Prayers and chants begin at noon and last for 12 full hours. From dusk until dawn, they echo the homage paid to St. Andreas. A meal is then prepared. Some monks from the area cook the meal using a fish base. This is a luxury compared with the usual fare. The monks eat in silence while sacred texts are read. The meal lasts barely 15 minutes. Father Paul responds to yet another request for help regarding the icons. He is summoned by the Stavronikita monastery, which was built upon the sea nearly 1,000 years ago. At his side is Robert Bougrain-Dubourg, the creator of Restorers Without Borders. He is an avid supporter of Father Paul's. Today, he is evaluating an exceptional fresco done by the Cretan school. Time has taken a heavy toll on the painted mural. Badly damaged, it must be repaired, or rather revived. Before any work is done, an initial sample must be taken. This indicates the appropriate treatment for the painting.
We have to study the quality of this painting because we can see a bit throughout where there's a gray background with white traces. Then they recover it with a glaze to give the final impression of blue.
It's more than an impression. You could say it's almost like lapis lazuli. It's incredible.
The sample will be analyzed at the Art School of Avignon in France.
On the photo, it's perhaps not the same thing. If you look at this slice, there's a fine layer of blue on the surface, and underneath there's a thicker layer.
The sophisticated technology so badly lacking at Mount Athos is available here. It is graciously put at the disposal of Father Paul.
The objective is to select the segment which is going to give us the most information. We try to see the number of layers, their thickness in comparison with one and the other, their state of deterioration. A whole lot of elements which could help understand the technique of the painting and help with the restoration or conservation.
Nous, on compare l'échantillon avec des standards. Alors voilà la réponse de l'appareil.
The Faculty of Science at Avignon also participates in Father Paul's noble cause. Organic chemistry improves the efficiency of the intervention made at Mount Athos.
Avec un échantillon de colophane.
The Art School of Avignon is unique in its field. In addition to specializing in painting, the school is the only one to train students who will work outside of Europe.
Well, I'm lifting all the alterations off of a painting. It's a painting from 17th century Cambodia. We lift off all the alterations.
That's very interesting.
Here, Father Paul has a stable of future technicians capable of restoring the icons. Each year, only 6 of them will obtain a degree that permits them to work in the field of restoration. During their 5 years of study, they will travel to Egypt, Thailand, Eastern Europe, and other destinations. Because women are forbidden entry to Mount Athos, Father Paul has no female students. He tends to direct them towards study in Turkey.
We're going to restructure it and then give it a coat of varnish so we can start the retouching.
It's really lovely, this painting. Where does it come from?
It comes from a church in Boulogne. You say that the knowledge is in the process of being lost because of the need for efficiency.
Yes. At the moment, 85% of the iconographers in Greece use acrylic.
To save icons, Father Paul organizes international conferences and is an active fundraiser. Father Paul is a passionate advocate of this little-known art. As Providence would have it, Father Paul's message is finally being heard beyond Mount Athos. Just a few cable lengths from Istanbul, the Orthodox congregation has preserved a monastery with the tolerance of the Turkish authorities. It is here that teachers and students participate in restoration workshops. At the summit of Heybeli Island sits a monastery that is accessible only by foot or horse-drawn wagon. While the tourists swarm to see the exceptional sight, a few monks toil at preserving their Orthodox identity. Father Paul has set up his workshop in the principal church at the heart of the monastery. He began with the restoration of icons dating from the end of the 17th century. Hence, the students had the immense privilege of working with icons that they would have never have been able to touch otherwise. While religious services are celebrated in the church, Father Paul performs painstaking autopsies on the icons.
We can remark the presence of this protective coat that the painter intentionally applied on the top of the new-made paint film in order to protect it till the icon is completely dry, and it needed rather 1 year. So during that time they used to put a protective coat from oils or egg glares, and when restored it is practically insoluble in any organic solvent. If we decide to remove it, go on with mechanical means.
A Last Supper is shared with the students. It provides an opportunity to remind them that they have chosen an exceptional trade.
I hope that next year we will be able to do something with the same love and the same attachment to that aim, which is a holy aim, generally speaking, because it is for the good of the whole humanity and to save the planet patrimony.
Return to Mount Athos. In a crypt that has been transformed into a workshop, Father Paul rejoins his faithful collaborators, whom he says have been sent him by God.
Restorations of icons in particular demands a certain devotion to icons. Not strictly in the religious sense. There is no need to be a monk or practicing Orthodox Christian, but your soul must be open to the divine, to the invisible world. When you want to achieve a real creation, a perfection, you must have patience, and that patience is the result of the love that you have for the object. God gave me the talent to restore, to save these holy icons. I have the impression that the moment of death will come when I finish this work. At that point, God will be truly happy with the work that I have done for these holy icons.